Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nursarafina Nadhia Binti Abdul Malek. My metric number is 202386. Today, this video, I will explain the assignment given to us for statistic subject. First, the given three assignment for us, which is 1. To plot a graph for category of BMI using appropriate bin. Given the 65 data of the student in CCSE class, which is the BMI of each student. So, to plot a graph of category of BMI, we must classify the BMI for each category, which is underweight, normal, pre-obese, obese 1, obese 2, and obese 3. Next, we must show the frequency of the number of the student in each category, which is 13 student for underweight, 34 student for normal, 11 student for pre-obese, obese 1 is 5 student, obese 2 is 2 student, and obese 3 is 0 student. Therefore, we can plot this graph to show the category of BMI. So, the underweight bar show the number of 13 students, the normal, the highest, 34 students, pre-obese, 11 students, obese 1, 5 students, obese 2, 2 students, and obese 3 is 0. Okay, next. The question 2 is based on the BMI data, take a sample of 30 data and then plot box and whisker plot. Okay, for this question, we must random the data, which is we use this Excel formula. Therefore, we drag this first column into the last column to get the random for each data. Next, we must copy this random into the next column, which is because this random is not fixed and there will be different. Therefore, we must copy this and drag and paste this into the next column and drag into the last data. Therefore, we get the 30 sample of the student in the class. Okay. Next, to plot this whisker box and of 30 random student, first we must find the minimum of the 30 sample, which is we use this cell formula. Next, to find the Q1, we must use this Excel formula, which is quartile the first BMI into the last BMI. Next, and the one is show the number of quartile, which is quartile 1. Okay, next is the quartile 3. We must use this formula, which is quartile, and we drag the first data into the last 30 data and the number and comma, which is the number of 3 for the quartile 3. Next, we must find the median of the data, which is median, and highlight from the first data into the last data. Next, to find the whisker box of 30 random data to plot this graph, we must find the box 1, which is the number of Q1. Next, the box 2, which is median minus Q1. Box 3 is Q3 minus median, and for the whisker top, which is max minus Q3. And lastly, for whisker bottom, we get Q1 minus minimum and we get the number. Therefore, we can draw this whisker box of 30 random student. This graph show the number of the we show the whisker box and plot of the 30 random student of the T sample. Next, the question number 3. Take another random sample of size 15 for male and female each and plot the box and whisker for these two groups. Okay. First, we must find the random for each female and male. The same with the question number 2. We must find the random for each data, which is we use this Excel formula, and we highlight from the first, we copy from the first into the last data. Next, we must use copy the first random data into the next column to get the fixed random data and get the 15 random female student. Okay, the same with the second question. We must find the minimum, which is we use the formula mean and track and highlight from the first data into the 15 data. Okay, to find quartile 1, we use this Excel formula quartile and highlight from the first BMI into the 15 BMI. For median, we use the formula median and highlight from the first data into the second data, the last data. And for the question 3, we use the quartile and highlight from the first data into the last data and the comma 3 to show it the quartile of 3. And next we must find the maximum of the data, and we use the formula max and we track from the first data into the last 15 data. Okay, next we must find the box 1, which is show the number of Q1. Next is the box 2, which is to show the median minus Q1. Next is box 3 is Q3 minus median. And last whisker top is max minus Q3 and whisker bottom is Q1 minus mean. So we can plot from this data and this data we can plot the whisker plot for 50 random female students. This plot show the whisker box and plot of the 15 random female student in our class. Okay, next for the male student, we use the random formula, Excel formula, and we get and highlight from the first data into last data to get the random data of the male student. Next, we must copy this random data into this second column to get the fixed random data. Okay, and lastly we can get the first 15 random male student. Okay, the same with the female student, we must find the minimum of each data, which is we use the formula minimum and highlight from the first data into the last data. Q1 is quartile, track from the first data into the last data, and comma 1 to show it is the quartile 1. Median we use the Excel formula median and track from the first data into the last data. Next is the Q3. Same with the Q1, we use quartile but it's use the comma 3, and maximum, which is the highest number, or we can use the max and highlight the first and the last 15 data. Okay, next we must find the box 1, box 2 and box 3. Same with the example of this female, but the data is different. And next we must find the whisker top max minus Q3 and whisker bottom Q1 minus mean. Therefore, we can plot the whisker box of 15 random male students in our class. That's all for our assignment, explanation for our assignment for our CCSE subject, which is statistic. Thank you.